Well, hello there, Cancer. It is so good to see you again. I'm Mary Sue, and I'm so grateful that you're here. I have been away for about 2 weeks. My daughter had a new baby Rose, and both mom and baby are happy and healthy, and it's just such a blessing, So it is so good to see you again. I have really missed you. So today we're going to take a look at the mid-June tarot reading for you. So this is good from now until about mid-July. We'll take a look at the overall energies with the oracle cards, and then we'll move to the tarot for more details. And if you're enjoying the content that I create, I'd really appreciate it if you would consider liking, commenting, or subscribing. I really do appreciate all of your support. Okay, so let's get into your reading. Let's see what we have on the horizon for you. Butterfly spirit, transformation is beautiful. Wow. Gates of triumph. Success expands in your life. Okay, so Cancer, I cannot remember. I think it was either Gemini or Libra maybe that had the dragonfly spirit. And, you know, the dragonfly and the butterfly are similar in the fact that they go from that larvae stage, they go into the chrysalis, and then they come out transformed, right? And transformation is beautiful. Understanding that you are at the end of a beautiful cycle, right? That you are now kind of coming into this new cycle, seeing the gates of triumph, understanding that whatever you have gone through, and I feel like it's a longer cycle. So it could have been that, you know, you experienced some difficult endings, not just one, but maybe in different areas of your life, perhaps in a relationship, in your career, you know, maybe even in your health, you had a health issue or something that you had to take care of. It's kind of like at the end of that difficult era, I'm just going to call it that, has finally kind of come to an end, and you get the gates of triumph. I feel like this is a special moment for you where you realize, okay, it's kind of like maybe an epiphany, or it could be that, you know, say you did have a health scare and then you go to the doctor and you get an all clear, everything is good, right? You're healthy. And it's kind of like, oh my goodness, I'm finally on the other side of that difficult time. Or perhaps, you know, you have been searching for a job for some time. You've had difficulty finding a job, and you land the job that you have been waiting for, right? It's not just any job. You're finally getting a job that you're going to be really happy and successful with. You're transforming into this new stage of your life, a new chapter, something that, you know, you have been working for a long time. And I think that that's what this Gates of Triumph is. It's kind of like, oh my goodness, I have weathered this storm, or for some of you, perhaps storms, right? I have weathered this time, this dark time, because you see how it's kind of like almost like a cave, right? You've been in this cave and now you're coming out into the bright sunshine, you know, kind of like the butterfly coming out of the chrysalis, understanding, oh my goodness, you know. But it's also understanding, you know, the butterfly, when the butterfly is in the chrysalis, it is a time you may have even found yourself kind of like in a hermit energy, right? Just spending time either by yourself, not maybe completely isolated from other people, but a sense of just not being part. I feel like there's almost a sense of not feeling like you fit in with the world, or an energy of like perhaps that no one understood you. You could have been in this very kind of like dark time where you felt like nobody understood you. And you could have had people around you. That can be the loneliest feeling, is when you have a lot of people around you and yet at the same time you don't feel connected to them, right? It can be extremely lonely. Sometimes we're less lonely when we're by ourselves than when we're around other people that seem to be getting along and you're not part of the party, you know? So I'm sending you lots of love and hugs, but the good thing is you are on the other side of this. You know, I'm also going to say that we have the summer solstice coming up June 21st for the Northern Hemisphere. And of course, the winter solstice for the Southern Hemisphere. But this is, you know, those solstices are very important portals, okay, of new seasons, bringing in a new season, understanding that what has occurred is over, right? And the difficult times are behind you, and it's time to embrace this. Oh my goodness. Yeah, this is beautiful. Yeah, it's been a very long time. Okay, we have the Emperor and the Empress here, okay? I feel like this is either, a kind of like, there's two kind of storylines. If it's a relationship, right? Then I feel, this is like the divine feminine and the divine masculine. It's been a very long, treacherous type of journey for the two of you, and, whether it's not really about gender, it's really about the feminine and the masculine, the divine feminine, masculine energy here. So I feel as if there's been a very long time here where, it's just been treacherous. It's just been treacherous. And it could be that one of you has had a lot going on in your life. So if you're not the one that has had perhaps a health issue or, financial, lack of stability in your financial sector, then perhaps there's someone very important to you that has. And it's kind of been a long haul here. It really and truly has. Now, for some of you, if it's not like a relationship, it is within you, because we all have divine feminine and masculine within us. So it could be that you have for a very long time felt like you had to produce, kind of like this energy of getting something accomplished, trying to figure out a solution, solving a problem. That's very much the Emperor energy. And the Empress energy is your present energy, stepping into finding more balance between the feminine and masculine. When we're all in the masculine, okay, that means that we're losing touch with our intuition, with allowing the universe to help us, right? To loving ourselves, spending time nurturing ourselves and nurturing the people that are around us. The masculine energy, the divine masculine energy, is all about producing, and feeling like that we have to produce. So I like this, that you're stepping more perhaps into your feminine energy, but it's almost like you have planning and action. That's the masculine energy, and nothing is yet set in stone. I feel like you're trying to create something. The Empress energy is also this energy of Phoenix rising. It's also the energy of, really and truly trying to build something, whether it is a family, you could be trying to start a family and have had a lot of difficulty starting a family, or you could be, trying to build a business, trying to, launch anything, whether that's a new home, or renovating your home, starting a new relationship, whatever it is. It's kind of like you've been doing a lot of work trying to build something. But once again, I want to say, I feel like you've been focusing more on the doing part instead of the intuitive, allowing yourself to step into the energy of allowing the universe to help you out. So let's take a look here. For some of you, you could be separated from, a divine counterpart. And it doesn't have to necessarily be romantic, although it can be. But this is true soul connections, right? And, so it could be a business partner. It even could be just a really significant, relationship, family relationship. For some of you, it could even be, if it's not your marriage or your long-term committed relationship, it could be a marriage or a long-term committed relationship of either one of your children or even your parents or a sibling, helping somebody through a difficult time. Helping them to kind of like step into their Empress energy, step into creating a new world for themselves, a new life for themselves. And here is the gates of triumph. Understanding, yes. Oh my goodness. Okay. We have the Fool, the Emperor, and the Three of Cups. Yeah, the energy here is that as you step more and more into your feminine energy, if you are separated from somebody, especially, I think it's interesting because I don't normally do romance unless it really shows up. But I feel like in this situation, it really is perhaps a deep soul connection, or it is perhaps even a twin flame connection. So if you feel like you are separated at this time or having conflict with your twin flame, I feel like there is this energy of a new start coming in, of understanding that there is, if nothing else, right, there is this celebration of coming back together. And I feel as if you're not saying it's a relationship or a business partner, then it's within you. You are celebrating being able to kind of blend your divine feminine and masculine, having that balance. And when we have that balance, oh my goodness, Cancer, that is the epitome of really stepping into this energy of being able to create whatever you want. It's almost like you're the magician. You can just snap your fingers and things fall into place for you. It is what we all really and truly strive for, is to have this balance between our divine feminine and masculine, to have the ability to use our intuition to kind of discern what it is that we want to create in the world, or to help us to plan and take action on what it is that we want to create, whether that is, once again, a relationship, a business, a situation, a home, whatever it is that you are wanting to create, you can create it, and you're going to be celebrating it. So let's take a look at your obstacle. Yeah, intuition and manifestation. So this is the divine feminine energy, the Empress, right? Using your intuition to help you to see the way forward, and believe in the impossible and then the world. So it's kind of like you're right at the finish line. You're at the finish line, like you can cross this finish line and see the triumph in this situation. Okay. The thing that I think to concentrate on is to believe that it can happen. You don't have to. I think you're trying to figure out, how is this going to happen? You don't have to. It's really just putting it out to the universe and saying, hey, I'm willing to do my part here. Right. But yeah, I believe that any of the obstacles that I see or that I'm envisioning, right, can quickly be eliminated when you believe that the universe has your back. Wow. It really is. It's kind of like, oh my goodness. The song that's coming up, wow, that is a really, the Cinderella, the version with Leslie Ann Warren, I think. Wow, that's back from the 1960s. And I always enjoyed watching that when I was a child. It's kind of like this energy she has, like she thinks it's impossible she can go to the ball, right? And there's this little song, Impossible, things are happening every day, right? Impossible things. It's possible, right? It's understanding that even if you think that this can't come back together, whatever this is, right? Or this union within you can come together. It's coming together. You have the Star, you have the Ace of Wands, healing this situation, having a fresh start, and no longer seeing the confusion. You're seeing options. You're believing that it can happen, because it's kind of like, instead of saying, no, I don't know which way to go, you're saying, oh my goodness, look at all of these options. You may have thought, oh, it can only happen one way, but all of a sudden it's kind of like all these doors are opening for you. It's kind of being able to walk through those gates of triumph. Wow, what a beautiful, like magical experience. It is truly like a magical experience for you. Okay, and you so deserve it, Cancer. You really, truly do. Okay, so let's take a look at your advice here. Don't hold yourself back. There's something that you are really and truly wanting. But with the Seven of Wands, it is understanding that you are holding yourself back. You're allowing yourself to stay in this cage, stay safe in this situation, not rocking the boat. It's kind of like right here at the end, you may have to rock the boat. That means you may have to step out of your comfort zone just a little bit in order to cross that finish line. It's kind of like, when you are in a race, and I've never been a runner, but if you run track, you're running and you save just a little bit of extra juice for the end to sprint across the finish line, right? You don't run the entire race at the same pace. You pace yourself so that you'll have a little bit of extra energy at the very end. And I think that is the case here. It's kind of like, all right, I'm coming up to the finish line. I have to really step out of my comfort zone here and really jump into this energy of saying, okay, I'm going to take this final little bit of a risk, because you have the Fool card here. It's understanding that if I really want this to come into fruition, if I really believe that it can happen, I also have to be willing to step out of my comfort zone and give this last final push at the end. Yeah, a time for healing. Oh my goodness. I'm really getting goosebumps, because I feel like for some of you, this has been a very long journey of being disconnected from somebody that maybe is really, that was important to you in your life in some way, or some type of new start for yourself, right? Just understanding, okay, I've found this balance within myself, and now with the Empress energy, I can be the Phoenix rising. Understanding that you really are stepping into a new chapter of your life and putting behind, they're showing me this. You're coming out, you're stepping through the gates of triumph, right? Those bars are kind of like the gates of triumph. Understanding that you're stepping out of the cage that you had perhaps felt like you have been in for some time, kind of separated from somebody that's really important to you, or just feeling like you don't have a counterpart. For those of you that don't have a counterpart, I think you have somebody new coming in on your path, definitely. And if you do have somebody that you're separated from, that you are wanting to reconnect with, right? I feel like that may have this really beautiful healing. But if nothing else, you're having that healing within yourself so that you can step into this next new chapter. Yeah, something that ended, okay? Something that ended is now being transformed, because the Death card is the transformation card. Scorpio energy there. It's just this energy of, okay, I'm ready to acknowledge that I feel like you have transformed, and perhaps the other person has too. In twin flame connections, the union cannot come back together until both parties do their own healing on their own journey. So they separate for a while, they do their own healing, and then once that occurs, they can come back together. Even if this isn't a twin flame, I feel like that is what has occurred here, that for some reason the two of you, or if there's more, had to separate, kind of go into your own corners, do your own healing. And now what you're doing is recognizing that through that separation, that each of the parties was able to transform, to come to this sense of healing their own wounds within themselves, healing their inner child. And now an offer is coming in. Yes, I feel like for some of you, you are going to hear from this person. For others of you, you may actually be called as we step into Cancer season. Cancer season is all about emotions, right? Bringing people together, celebrating. As you're stepping into Cancer season, maybe even close to your birthday, understanding it's time for me to no longer play it safe. Putting yourself out there a little bit so that you can, that you can kind of see this come together in the way that you want to. It may take courage to make this decision, to go in the way that your heart is calling you. You have the Queen of Cups. Understanding it's time to listen to your heart and to find your way forward by listening to your heart and no longer just listening to the divine masculine side, right? The ego side. The Emperor doesn't like to be told no, and our ego doesn't like to be told no. When we step more into our intuition, we can balance that out. And we can listen more to what our heart is desiring instead of perhaps, the shoulds that we have been conditioned to listen to. All right, well, let's pull a soul truth card for you to finish this out. And Cancer, I do personal readings. So if you're interested, the link is in the description box below. I'd really be honored to do a reading for you. Okay, what can I do to make a difference? And I feel like that is part of this. What can you do to make a difference in this situation? How will helping to heal this situation? Okay, even if you don't want to reconcile completely with this person, I feel like there is a healing in at least closing it. And I have been getting that kind of a message for some time. It's not necessarily about bringing people back together that don't want to be back together, but it's about closing it out, because I feel like the energy in this has not been closed out properly. So it's about, having some closure, at least in this situation. And when we have that closure, that healing in a situation, we heal the collective, understanding that it's not just healing this situation, it's not just healing your heart, it is also helping to heal the collective. All right, what keeps you up at night? What makes you cringe when you think about it, such that every ounce of you screams no more? Where can you create purpose out of your pain? Make a difference in someone's life today, big or small, because all of it makes a difference. Yes. And, understanding that out of this painful experience that you have gone through, there is purpose there. There is understanding that this was on your path. This is definitely a soul journey. This situation was on your path to help you to raise your vibration and to heal this situation, and also to help heal others. That is how you can make a difference. However you helped to heal this situation, using that wisdom to help other people to heal is part of your purpose. All right, well, I'm going to leave it there, Cancer. Very exciting, and I will be putting up your a birthday, your solar year reading here very shortly. So happy birthday early to all of you, and I hope to see you again really soon. Bye for now.